I'm kissing Rachel.
I know, I'm her.
They were 6 friends who became family.
Are you all really nervous?
Terrified.
And then a phenomenon.
This is the best job we could ever have.
Tonight, the night before their final show, we say farewell to friends.
It's just been a great run.
And the people who brought them to life.
Thought Chandler was the gay character of the show.
Sometimes I wish I was a lesbian. Did I say that out loud?
They became our friends, and we watched their stars rise.
How has it been handling the dual fame in your relationship?
It's a challenge.
Tonight, they're all here, reliving an amazing 10 years.
Of course, it wasn't what I expected it to be.
What you expected it to be.
Is there a problem? Is there a problem with me or with you?
Remembering the struggle to carry on when real life wasn't so funny.
If you look at some of those episodes, do you think you can tell that something was troubling you?
Probably, yeah.
Sharing the stories.
I thought he was so dang cute.
And the secrets you've never heard.
Now the truth comes out.
Katie Couric and Matt Lauer bring us A Farewell to Friends, a Dateline special.
Hi, everybody. Tonight we say goodbye to Ugly Naked Guy, Marcel the Monkey, and a certain coffee shop that always had the center couch reserved for our friends. More than that, we say goodbye to 6 unforgettable people who were there whenever we needed a good laugh or sometimes a good cry.
Tonight we will talk to the cast of Friends, relive some classic moments, and go behind the scenes one last time. But first, there was a very real chance we wouldn't be celebrating this show at all. 10 years ago, TV executives didn't think that Friends was a sure bet. Could they have been any more wrong?
God, that is good TV.
For 10 years, it's been some of the best, most watched TV. Along the way, we got to share amazing moments with 6 good friends. We watched them as teenagers.
Shut up. The camera adds 10 pounds.
So how many cameras are actually on you?
Saw them get married and almost married.
Hi, Ross. Take the Emily. Take the Rachel.
Have babies, married or not.
1, 2, 3.
And fall in and out of love.
I'm kissing Rachel.
I know, I'm her.
Just like real friends, just like real life, just a little bit funnier.
Welcome to the real world. It sucks. You're gonna love it.
I come in and I say to the crew, oh my God, we're so lucky, everybody. This is the best job we could ever have.
I found myself like leaning towards the windshield to get to work, you know what I mean? As opposed to just, oh, I have to go do this again. And it's for 10 years.
10 years and 236 episodes, all shot on Stage 24 at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank. A remarkable run.
And now that I know that it's truly over, I think I'm worried about being overwhelmed. I'm just terrified. I don't want it to end at all.
It's the end not just of a sitcom, but of something that's been a big part of our pop culture. Remember when every girl had to have this haircut? When every radio played this song?
They were very nice boobies.
And now, nearly everyone delivers a punchline just like Chandler Bing.
I mean, that's it. I mean, mittens are nice.
Okay, Rock. Hard place. Me.
There are 5 people who I've really grown to really love.
We were like 6 pieces of a puzzle that just felt like, okay, this works.
Shut up. Shut up. Cut it out. Me. I've never wanted you more.
Sure, we take all this for granted now, but as you're about to see, 10 years ago, Friends was almost a very different kind of show.
So there was an element of panic, I think, that, oh my God, now what?
Kevin Bright, Marta Kaufman, and David Crane created Friends at a low point in their careers. A sitcom of theirs, Family Album, had just been canceled by CBS. The future seemed very uncertain. The story goes that you became a little nostalgic and you start to think about, what the beginnings of the business were like and what it was like to get out of college and live in New York, and some light bulb went on.
And we were looking at that time where the future was more of a question mark. Maybe because that's what we were feeling in that moment, but looking at that question mark and going, well, that's interesting. Everybody knows that feeling.
Out of that feeling came this 7-page pitch in December of 1993 for a show then called Insomnia Cafe. NBC bought the idea, but as Kaufman and Crane began to write the pilot script for a show now titled Friends Like Us, some early plans started to shift. The biggest, a love story pitched to NBC that never made it to the screen.
Initially, we thought the big love interest was Joey Monica. This was before we'd written the script. This is when we were just pitching the series.
They just seemed like the most sexual of the characters.
We didn't know when we pitched the show about the idea of Ross and Rachel. That was something we discovered as we were writing it.
More changes came with casting. Producers wanted Courtney Cox for the role of Rachel, but she said no. She wanted to play Monica. Did it take long for you to agree with her?
She had this cheery up energy, and we thought, well, that's not how we envisioned Monica. And then she came in and did it, and we went, huh.
She got the role. And then Matt LeBlanc put a different spin on Joey when he auditioned.
When we wrote it, I don't think we realized that Joey was dim and that was going to be a major source of comedy. And
that he had heart.
Yeah. Matt LeBlanc says that he thought the script sucked.
You know what?
I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I slipped. I slipped. That was a pure slip of the tongue.
We didn't want him.
You didn't want him?
Shoved down our throats.
This was the network's.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
One favor we had to do for them.
Yeah, thanks for coming to our party. Later, we'll hear more from the cast about how they got their jobs. Meanwhile, NBC liked the pilot script and ordered up the series, now with yet another title, 6 of 1. Shooting began in the summer of 1994. Audiences were given this rundown to read so they could follow a show with 6 different main characters. The young cast of relative unknowns talked about their roles in this promotional video, seen for the first time in 10 years.
I think he's a hopeless romantic. He wants to be married again.
I'm a little wary of people, but at the same time, I've got a close bunch of friends who come over and rely on me.
And felt good about the new show's chances.
It's exciting. It's very exciting. This time, I feel like just all the right elements are in line.
You don't know what it's going to be and what's going to happen next. So you've got to, if nothing else, just commit to whatever you're doing.
Oh, I'm nervous. I'm excited. You don't know. It's kind of, could be anything. Could end tomorrow. It could go on forever.
Suddenly, NBC began to get nervous. Executives now worried the coffee house setting was too hip and wanted the show in a diner, like Seinfeld. And get this, NBC thought the cast was too young. The network pushed for an older character who could give sage advice to the kids.
We even tried, at one point, we even wrote a draft of an early episode that had, oh God, some cop who came in and just, we were like looking at it going, this is terrible.
You know the children's book, Pat the Bunny? Yeah. We had Pat the Cop.
Yeah.
NBC dropped both ideas, but there was one more problem. In the pilot, Monica is dumped by a guy after sleeping with him on their first date.
Morning. Morning, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, Paul, is it?
The network worried that viewers wouldn't like Monica for that, so they handed out this survey to the pilot audience, asking if the storyline was offensive and should be changed.
The survey cards were handed out to find out, do you think for sleeping with a man on the first date, Monica's A, a whore, B, a slut, you know?
Tramp,
B, your dream date? Yeah. And it turned out people liked her.
They did. They liked her.
NBC backed off, and the show, now at last called simply Friends, premiered on September 22nd, 1994.
You never knew she was a lesbian.
It was an instant hit, seen by nearly 22 million people.
Sometimes I wish I was a lesbian. Did I say that out loud?
I just want to be married again.
And I just want $1 million.
Now Friends is about to go out the way it came in, on top of the comedy heap. The magic was there from the very beginning. The real trick was that it kept going for so long. Let me read you from the original treatment, the pitch, okay? It's about sex, love, relationship, careers, a time in your life when everything's possible, and it's about friendship, because when you're single and in the city, your friends are your family. Is that what Friends has delivered for 10 years?
This was one of those things where the idea was very clear to us. I mean, the writers still make fun of us because it's like, oh, when you're in your 20s, your friends are your family. But that's the show.
And that was the show. For 10 years, a group of friends that we got to know like friends. Throughout our program tonight, we'll tell you some things you may not know about Ross, Phoebe, Joey, Monica, Chandler, and Rachel, and the people who brought them to life, as we say goodbye to Friends.
Coming up, can he leave Ross Geller behind?
It would be nice to play somebody polar opposite.
Yeah.
You know, who wasn't lovable, neurotic, and geeky, but who was...
Psychotic, lovable, and geeky.
David Schwimmer on Life Beyond Friends. Plus, throughout our show, some scenes we missed.